In the last session, we discussed about how to create AWS account. How can we? Yeah. So what are the services available? What are the regions available? What are the zones? Right? Yeah. Everyone created the account. Anyone having any challenges to create AWS account? Any challenges? Anyone while creating AWS account? Yeah. From today onwards, we are going to work on AWS services. Okay. So today for services EC2. So today onwards, everyone should practice daily basis. Everyone should practice, right? So if you practice daily basis within 3 months, you can easily crack your interview. You can easily cope up in the project, right? Yeah, AWS is the first platform, which is very core platform. If you understand AWS, you can easily understand Azure and Google Cloud also, right? So every organization they are using at least two cloud platforms, either AWS and Azure, AWS and GCP, or Azure GCP, right? So AWS is the first platform. So AWS occupied 33% of the market share, right? So that is why everyone should practice daily basis on AWS, so that once we start working on Azure and Google Cloud, we can easily understand. Fine. So our course is multi-cloud with DevOps, right? Three clouds will be covered in our course, right? First platform is AWS. So middle of the yeah, after a few sessions of AWS, we can start Linux also. We can work on Linux. After that, once complete the AWS, then we'll jump into DevOps, right? Once complete the DevOps, we can work on Azure and Google Cloud also. So yeah, in DevOps and AWS, we have some projects, right? We'll work on some projects. Nearly 15 to 18 projects will be covered. Fine. So everyone create the account today itself. Okay. If not created, fine. Yeah. Today onwards, we are going to start the services. These are very core services, important services, right? Yeah. So first service here is EC2. EC2, right? Elastic Compute Cloud. The full form here is Elastic Compute Cloud. So what is Amazon EC2? What is Amazon EC2? Right? See here, EC2 stands for Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud. Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud provides on-demand scalable computing capacity in the Amazon Web Services Cloud. On-demand scalable computing capacity. On-demand is nothing but instantly, immediately. Scalable is nothing but we can scale how much configuration required. We can scale up, right? So using Amazon EC2 reduce hardware costs. So we discussed already. So when we use cloud infrastructure, cost will be saved, right? Time also will be saved, right? So when we compare with physical servers, physical environments, yeah. So cloud environment is one third, yeah. So costing is one third costing will be saved when we use the cloud infrastructure, right? So when we use physical infrastructure, physical environment, yeah, physical servers, physical data center. For example, if you spend $100 for physical environment, so when we use the cloud environment, we can spend only $25. One third cost will be saved, right? Yeah, using Amazon EC2 reduces hardware costs, so you can develop and deploy applications faster. Time saving, cost saving. We discussed already. You can use Amazon EC2 to launch as many as few virtual servers as you need, configure security and networking and manage storage, right? Yeah, so cloud infrastructure is very high secured. So AWS is providing high security and also high availability, right? So because customer data, customer applications, they host on cloud platform. So if the AWS is unable to provide the security and availability, eventually the customers will switch into other platforms or else they switch to physical environment. That is why. So AWS is providing high availability, high security. Security is the first concern every customer raises. So you can add a capacity, scale up capacity to handle compute heavy tasks, right? So normally, for example, if I host Kubernetes, Kubernetes required high capacity. If I host Kubernetes on a server, that server required high capacity of the hardware, high capacity of the resources, right? Yeah, we can scale up that. We can scale up that, such as monthly, yearly processes and or spikes in website traffic. When usage decreases, you can reduce capacity, scale down. We can scale up and scale down. Scale up is nothing but you can increase the resources. Scale down is nothing but we can decrease the resources whenever needed, as per the project team requirement, right? So basically, Amazon EC2 is a, we can say simply, we can say virtual server. It is a virtual server, which is not physical server, which is hosted in AWS data center, right? So instead of a physical environment, we can create a virtual server, which is on-demand scalable computing capacity in Amazon Web Services. Fine. Yeah. Now let us go back to. So we are discussing about EC2. EC2 full form is Elastic Compute Cloud or Elastic Cloud Compute, both are same. Okay. Yeah. What is Elastic in general? What is Elastic in general? Yeah. Flexible, expandable, stretchable, right? What is compute? For example, if you want to buy any laptop or mobile, what we will check? Specifications, right? Configurations. So compute is nothing but a configuration. Compute is nothing but a configuration. So this configuration is elastic. We can stretch, we can expand, right? Whatever we require. So this configuration is available in cloud. This configuration is elastic. This configuration is available in cloud. So here we have 2 times C, right? Compute cloud. That is why EC2, right? Fine. Now let us go back to AWS console. AWS console. Go to browser and you can view aws.amazon.com. Click on sign into the console. Give the select your root account, root user. Give the email address. Click on next. Yeah. So now give the password. Sign in. Sign into the console. Now I'm able to log in my console, right? So how to create AWS account I already explained. So everyone create the account. You can go through the recording, yesterday's recording. I share the document also. Follow the document to create the account. Fine. So once we create the account, so once I log into the console, yeah, in cloud, what we will do as a DevOps engineer, as a cloud engineer, what we will do, as per the project team requirement, we need to create infrastructure. We need to provide the infrastructure to respective projects, right? What is infrastructure? Anyone? Yeah. What is infrastructure? Yeah. Unable to see the screen. Gangireddy, can you check from your end? Everyone able to see? You can check your side, internet connectivity. Yeah. Infrastructure is nothing but servers, storage, network, right? Yeah. Currently, so whatever servers, whatever storage, whatever network we are using, right? So those are scalable in AWS, right? So as a DevOps engineer, as a cloud engineer, what we will do, we create infrastructure, we provide infrastructure to project teams, right? Client. So currently no admins available. Admin roles already gone. Admins already gone, right? So 10 years back, 8 years back, huge demand for admins, right? I also started my career in as a admin. So I started my career in 2005 as a administrator, admin with one MNC company, which is Verizon Data Services. Verizon Data Services is the MNC company. So I joined as a fresher in 2005. I started my career as a admin. So by the time use demand, currently there is no demand for admins. So currently DevOps engineers, cloud engineers, right? Yeah, as a cloud engineer, as a DevOps engineer, we need to create the infrastructure, we need to provide the infrastructure. So normally any infrastructure required for project team, what they will do, they raise a ticket or request in ticketing systems, ticketing tools. ServiceNow, Jira, BMC Remedy. These are all ticketing systems. They raise a ticket. In the ticket, they give the requirement. So how many servers required? What is the configuration required? So what are the application required? What is the operating system required? As per the requirement, we need to create the infrastructure, right? So they give region also, on which region we have to create the servers, right? As per the requirement, we need to select the region. So what is region? Anyone? Yesterday we discussed. What is region? Yeah, region is a geographic location. We can say data center. We can say data center. So these are all data centers across the globe. America's data centers and APAC, Asia Pacific data centers, Canada, Europe. These are all data centers, right? So as per the client requirement, as per the project team requirement, so we need to create the server, we need to create the storage, we need to create the network as per the requirement. We can provide to the project team, right? So that what they will do, they start the development. We are not developers, right? So as a DevOps engineer, cloud engineer, we prepare the infrastructure, right? Yeah. Now, for example, we receive the ticket. So client required one server. So in Ohio region, and they required some configuration, right? So how can we create one server? Let's try to understand. Okay. How can we create a server? Fine. Yeah. So this is not admin role. This is as a DevOps engineer, as a cloud engineer. So we can create the infrastructure, which is very simple, very easier. In AWS, creating infrastructure is very simple, right? And as a DevOps engineer, we automate the activities also. While working on DevOps, we'll go automation activities. Okay. Yeah. Now I received a request. As per the request, I am creating server, right? So this is the region. Now go to services. Click on services. Click on compute. Click on EC2. So navigation, services, compute, EC2. Click on EC2. Yeah. Now click on instances. Click on instances. When I click on instances, whatever instances already available in my console. See here, one server is available, which is a Jenkins server, 81 batch server, right? So this is in stopped state. Stopped means shutdown state. Shutdown, right? Now I want to launch one instance. So creating instance will take 1 minute only, right? First time we can go through all the options. That is why it will take some time. Okay. Yeah. So I want to create a server for which click on launch instance. Click on launch instance. See here, launch an instance. Here instance name. Instance is nothing but server. Instance is nothing but server. Okay. Yeah. Give the name, tag name. I can give web server. Web server. Go down here. Go down. Yeah. Now, these are all we can say AMIs, AMIs, Amazon Mission Images, right? So if you want to create server, if you want to install operating environment, we require one image, which is nothing but AMI. For example, if you want to install Windows on your laptop, how can we install? Anyone? For example, in your laptop you want to install Windows. We require one image, right? That image we can copy into pen drive. That pen drive we can convert into bootable drive. So by using pen drive we can boot our laptop and we can install the operating system. Same way, here also AWS is providing images. This we can say Amazon Mission Images. Okay. So this is Amazon Linux image. This is Mac OS, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat, SUSE Linux, and a Debian. Different images are available here. Okay. So here, for example, if you select Amazon Linux, here we have different flavors are available. Instead of the Amazon Linux, we have, see here, different versions. These are all different versions, right? So here they are showing something like free tier eligible, free tier eligible, free tier eligible. So whatever free tier eligible images are there, those we can use for practice. So paid versions don't use. This is not free tier. This is not free tier. This is free tier. These are all not free tier. So whatever free tier versions are there, those we can use for practice. Okay. If you use the paid versions, some charges will be applied. Don't use the paid versions. Okay. Yeah. So this is Amazon Linux, right? So if you want to select Ubuntu or Windows, click on Windows. See here, these are all Windows flavors. Free tier eligible, free tier eligible. These are all not free tier, right? Yeah, fine. Now, if you click on Browse More AMIs, here there is a tab, right? Click on Browse More AMIs. Click on this. Here we have Quick Start AMIs. 47 AMIs are available. 47 AMIs. Okay, so 47. See here, from here you can see Amazon Linux, different flavors, Mac OS, Red Hat, SUSE, Ubuntu, Microsoft Windows, right? Debian, different flavors are available. Nearly 47 images available. 47 flavors, right? So here I required one flavor which is not available here. I required one flavor which is not available here, right? Which is CentOS, Linux flavor. CentOS is required, so but that is not available here. So what I can do here, I can select AWS Marketplace, click on AWS Marketplace. Now I can search here CentOS. Enter. See here, these are all CentOS flavors. These are all CentOS flavors. See here. Yeah. So whatever flavor you required, you can go to the marketplace. So if the flavor is available in Quick Start, it is fine. We can take from here. Or else you can go to the marketplace and you can search here. You will get the operating image, right? AMI. Fine. Now I just want to close here. Now go to Quick Start here. So Quick Start, we have different flavors are there. Okay. So now see here. This is free tier eligible. Amazon Linux. This is Flitter eligible. Okay. Now I want to create one Amazon Linux server. This image I want to use. Okay. So this image, if you see here right side, if you want to create this server, select here. Click on select. Here we have two versions are there. 64-bit x86, 64-bit ARM. Normally, so most of the servers we are using 64-bit x86 only. So machine learning projects, they use the ARM version. Okay, so select default one which is 64-bit x86. Select this, click on select. Now it is selected. See here. Now the image is selected here. See here, Amazon Linux image AMI selected here. So this is free tier eligible. Okay, now go down here, instance type. Next step here is instance type. So here we have so many types are available. T2 micro, see here, T2 micro, which is free tier eligible. T2 nano, it is not free tier. T2 small, it is not free tier. T2 medium, not free tier. T2 large, T2 X large, these are all not free tier. So whatever free tier server types are available, those we can use. Okay. Here T2 micro is the free tier eligible. So with that T2 micro, we are getting one virtual CPU, 1 GB RAM, one CPU, 1 GB RAM. Okay. So if you select T2 medium or higher configuration, T2 medium, so two CPUs, 4 GB RAM. Normally in real-time projects, we don't use the T2 micro. So T2 micro we don't use in real-time projects. Okay. We always use T2 medium because one CPU, 1 GB RAM, it is not sufficient for production applications. You understand, right, everyone? For example, if we are running Flipkart on a server, Flipkart server is not sufficient 1 CPU, 1 GB RAM. T2 micro is not sufficient. That is why T2 medium or T2 large. T2 large is 2 CPUs, 8 GB memory RAM. T2 X large, 4 virtual CPUs, 16 GB RAM. As per the client requirement, we need to select this, right? They give you all the information in the ticket or request. Okay. For now, what we will do, we can select T2 micro here. This one I can use. Select this T2 micro. Next one, key pair. What is key pair? So if you want to log in any server, normally physical servers, we require username, password, right? So in cloud servers, along with the username, password, we require key pair also. Key pair. So one key provided by AWS. So this is extra authentication, extra security. So because cloud is all about security, right? So cloud is 100% security. So not only AWS, even Azure, Google Cloud also, right? Yeah, along with username password, we required key pair also. One key required. So here already some key pairs already generated here. See here? These are all key pairs, different batches key pairs, right? Now I want to generate new key pair. If you want to generate new key pair, click on create new key pair. Click on create new key pair. Key pair name, I can give DevOps batch 83. Our batch number is 83. Now, key pair type RSA, RSA, and they are giving some private and public key pair. So encrypted key, private and public, right? So select default one only and select PEM only, dot PEM. What is PEM? What is PPK? Explain. Wait for a few sessions. Tomorrow, maybe Monday, I explain this. Okay. So dot PEM dot ppk, right? Yeah, so select only pem here. Okay, so pem format. So I explain about this. Wait for one session, Monday I explain. Okay, select default one, click on create key pair, click on create key pair. Now key pair is created. See here, the key pair is generated. So now if you go to downloads, there is a key pair. See here, this is the key pair, this is the pem file, pem format. Okay, so if you open this key pair, see here, there is a key. This is the key. Without this key, we cannot connect this server. Without this key, so we cannot connect. This server will not allow you to connect without this key. So this much of key, is it possible to hack anyone? No one can hack, right? So this level of security will be provided by AWS. Currently, they are providing very good security, right? Yeah, fine. Next one. Yeah. So keeper is ready. Next one is network, right? We require network. Fine. So here we require security group. We require network. Click on edit. So here we required VPC. So default network, some network required to create server. So if you want to create instance server, we require some network, right? So by default, they are providing default VPC. What is VPC? We discussed already. Virtual private cloud. So default network they are providing. Okay. Yeah. And also sub network. See here. These are all subnets. Subnet, subnet A, subnet B, subnet C. Three subnets are there. Here, if you see here, availability zone US East 2A. We are in Ohio region, right? US East 1. So in this availability zone US East 2A. This is the zone, right? DR data center. Fine. 2A and 2B and 2C. Three zones are available here. See here? So if you want to select any zone, you can select particularly, or else you can leave. Okay. Next one, auto assign public IP. So if you enable this only, we'll get the public IP. So every cloud server is having two IP addresses, public IP, private IP, right? So public IP is to connect our server, private IP for internal communication, right? I'll show you that once create the server. Now by default, this is enabled. You can keep as is. Okay. Next one is a firewall required. One firewall required to create server. Firewall is mandatory, right? Yeah, so which is nothing but security group. We can say security group. So here security group, if you want to create, you can create, or else you can use the existing one also. If you click on existing one, these are all existing security groups, firewalls. So what is the firewall? What is the use of firewall? We discussed already basics, right? Firewall is a network security device which will allow and deny the traffic. As per the firewall rules, it will allow the good traffic, it will deny the bad traffic, right? Yeah, so firewall is mandatory for cloud server. Now, if you want to select any existing one, you can select, or else you can create a new one. Click on create security group, select this first one and give the security group name DevOps batch 83 SG security group. Okay, So description also I want to give same. Copy this, paste here. Go down here. See here. Inbound security group rules. Inbound rules. Inbound, outbound. Inbound, outbound. Right. So outbound by default already enabled. Inbound we need to create. For example, if you want to go out from your home, you don't require any permission, right? For example, if you want to go from our home, if you want to go out, you don't require any permission. If anyone want to come inside, they require permission. That is why so outbound rules already enabled here. Inbound rules we need to enable here, right? So inbound security group rules. So here type SSH secure shell. We are creating Linux server, right? That is why SSH authentication required here, right? Protocol, TCP protocol, port number is 22 should be enabled. 22 should be enabled. Okay. So source type anywhere from any network we can connect. Source 0.0.0.0/0 means from any network we can connect our servers, right? Yeah. Now this is network settings. Okay. This is a networking part. So while working on VPC, so we'll go deep drive, right? Yeah, go down here. Next one, storage. After network, we require storage. If you want to create server, we require some space, right? Storage, right? Yeah. Here, go down here. Click on advanced, show details. Yeah, not here. So here, yes, see here, domain. So this we will see after some time. See here. Yeah. Now you can see here EBS volume, EBS volume, right? So storage is nothing but we required one space, one volume, right? So if you want to store operating system, applications, patches, we require one server, one storage, right? Yeah. So this is the EBS volume. EBS full form is elastic block storage, elastic block store or elastic block storage. Okay. Yeah. So here volume one storage type EBS, elastic block store, right? Here they are showing some drive names, different drive names. Okay. So slash dev slash SDB slash dev slash SDB. That is the volume name, drive name, right? Yeah, size 8 GB. They are showing 8 GB and the volume type GP3, general purpose 3. See here, this is the general purpose 3. So they are using here SSD volumes. SSD. What is SSD? Currently in our laptop also we are using SSDs, right? Solid state drives. SSD full form is solid state drive. So in our laptop also we are using solid state drives. Okay. So these are very faster compared to HDD. HDD hard disk drive. SSD solid state drive. Very faster, right? So here IOPS. What is IOPS here? Input output per second, the volume speed, the EBS volume speed, IOPS 3000 here. Okay. Yeah. So here by default, if you want to select any snapshot, you can select. Okay. I don't want to select any snapshot. So what is snapshot, anyone? Snapshot is a one replica, one backup copy, right? So we have snapshot concept. By the time we'll go deeper. Okay. So for now, how to create server we are discussing here. Okay. Yeah. Next one. Fine. So this is the EBS volume. This is the drive name. Snapshot we don't require currently. 8 GB storage. And here volume type GP3 general purpose 3. So this is SSD and IOPS input output per second 3000. This is very important. Delete on termination. What is this? Delete on termination. What is this? So if you say, here we have two options, yes or no. Two options are there. If you select yes, what will happen? Okay. So whenever the project team required any servers, there is a ticket. As per the request, we create the server and we can hand over to project. So they start the development. Once the project is completed, once application, what they will do, again there is a ticket to terminate the server. What is terminate? Delete. Delete, right? So to terminate the server, there is a request. By the time we need to terminate the server, so we need to hold the storage, because in the storage data will be available, project data. That data we can provide to the project. That is why here delete on termination, if you select yes, what will happen? When you delete your server, along with the server, storage also will be deleted. This is very important interview question also. Interview question also. So many times I got this question when I attend to different interviews, right? Yeah. So when you delete your server, along with the server, storage also will be deleted. If you select yes, okay. If you select no, what will happen? When you delete your server, server will be deleted, storage will be available. By the time that storage we can hand over to project, so or else we can hold for some time. They can take the backup, they can take some snapshots. After that, we can delete the storage. You understanding, right, everyone? This delete and termination is very important. Interviewer asks you, yeah, as per the project team requirement, I created this server, but as per the project team requirement, I want to delete the server. So can I protect the volume? They ask you. By the time, you need to question them, delete and termination enabled or not. Okay. So you will say no. By the time this will be available, storage will be available, right? Yeah, this is entry question. This will be repeated. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. Next one, throughput. Throughput. So 125. So 125 bytes. Okay. So this we will see later. Fine. Yeah. So creating server will take only 1 minute, but we are going through all the options. That is why it is taking time. Okay. Next one, number of instances. How many servers you required? And before that, for example, for example, yeah. Okay. So this is one volume, right? This is one volume. But the project team required three volumes, three storage volumes, like C drive, D drive, E drive is there, right? In Windows. Same way, in Linux also, different volumes you can create. So for which what we will do, this is one primary volume. If you require another volume, click on add new volume. Click on add new volume. See, one more volume, volume 2. So if you want to modify this, you can modify whatever you want to modify. Okay. So one more volume required. Click on add new volume. Like this, n number of volumes you can add, right? And also primary volume required, the required 100 GB, for example, the required 100 GB. You can give 100 GB as per the project team requirement, as per the project team ticket. Okay. Yeah. So here by default they are giving 8 GB, 8 GB only free of cost. If you increase 100 GB, 50 GB, some additional charges will be applied. Don't create 100 GB, don't give 50 GB. Only 8 GB you can use for free time. Okay. Yeah. So this volumes also added here, right? So two volumes added here. So don't create additional volumes. You can remove this. If they required, you can increase like this. Okay. Only one volume. Fine. Next one. Number of servers, one. So they require 10 servers, for example. You can give 10. They require 100 or 1000. You can give 1000 also. So with the same configuration, same storage, same network, we can create 1000 servers also within 1 minute. Okay. So for now, we can create one server only one. So software image, Amazon Linux, and server type T2 micro. So security group, new security group, volume, only one volume, 8 GB. Right. Now click on launch instance. Click on launch instance. Now instance is launching. Now instance is launched. Click on this ID. You can see the instance. Now the server is being ready. Server is being ready. Yeah. Now the web server is in running state. See here. Now it is in running state. So up to here, any questions, anyone? I'll repeat it. Don't worry. I'll repeat it again. So one more time, we can create server. what are the difference between these versions. So different flavors as per the client requirement, Windows or Linux, Ubuntu, CentOS, different flavors. The old key pair gets invalidated. So old key pair, if you want to use, you can use. Even one key pair you can use for 1,000 servers also. You can use that. When we do decommission, so the project, if the project is completed, we can decommission. Decommission is nothing but delete. For additional volume also they charge. Yes, don't create additional volumes, only 8 GB. Okay. And can we change these settings at any time? Yes, we can change. Can you repeat the compute? Okay, I'll repeat it. Wait for a few minutes. I'll repeat it.
Once the server is created, the settings will be changed after creating the server.
Yeah, setting whatever you give, that will be available. So for example, we created a T2 microserver. Okay, see here, select your server. So if you click on details and if you check here, see here, so instance, this is a public IP, private IP. Now here, if you see here, host name, T2 micro, go down here. So you can see the whatever you gave, the same information is available here. So Amazon Linux server we created here, Amazon Linux only. So this is the Linux platform. AMI, whatever AMI is selected here. Amazon machine image, this is the image, right? So this is the key pair, whatever key pair you attached, right? So if you want to check the network, which network you are using, go to networking. You can see here, this is the default VPC, default network we are using. If you want to check the storage, click on storage, whatever storage, EBS volume. We attach the EBS volume, right? So what is the size? 8 GB. 8 GB. So here we, okay, two volumes attached, right? We created two volumes. Okay, don't worry, no issues. We can delete after some time. XVDA SDB, two volumes created here. Don't worry. Okay.
By default, we created 8 GB storage.
Hmm.
Additional, we are working on it. We need an extra storage.
We can
We
create.
can change.
We can change. Yes. On the fly, we can change whatever you want to change without any downtime. Without downtime, we can change configuration, whatever you require. Downtime. What is downtime? Maintenance time. So normally, for example, so in physical server, if you want to add RAM, is it possible on the fly? In live, we cannot change, right? We cannot upgrade. So physical server, if you want to upgrade RAM or storage or processor, first we need to shut down. Shut down and we need to open the cabinet and we can insert one more module. That will take some time. But a cloud server is not like that. Without shutting down, without stop the server, on the fly we can add whatever you require. Okay. Yeah. So that we will go deep dive. Like in live, how can we upgrade? How can we perform? We'll see that. Clear right, everyone, up to here. I'll repeat it again. Again, I'll repeat this. My server is still in pending. Don't create servers in live. Okay. Once complete the session, you can go through the recording and you can practice. Can you go a bit slow? Yeah, definitely. We'll go a bit slow. Right. So one more time, I'll show you how to create server. Quickly, I'll show you within 15 minutes because we have 15 minutes time. So from Monday onwards, the session will be 1 hour, 15 minutes to 1.5 hour, Monday onwards. Okay. So these are the first session. A bit slow we can go. Later on, 1 hour, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes will cover. Okay. Yeah. Now, one more server I want to create, one more server. So as per the project team requirement, we can create a server. We need to select the region, which region they required. Okay. After that, go to services, compute, click on EC2. Click on EC2, click on instances. Currently, these are the instances are available in my console. Now click on launch instance. Now the instance name, we can give the name here, tag name. I can give app server, application server. Okay. So go down here, go down, see here, these are all images, AMIs, Amazon Mission Images, right? So we created already Linux server, right? Now I want to create Windows server. Okay. So select Windows server, select Windows server. So here these are the flavors, different versions, right? So Windows, Microsoft Windows Server 2022 base, 2022 base, core base, 2019 base, 2016 base. So as per the project team requirement, whatever version they require, that we need to select here. For example, I want to select this 2022 base. Select this. Go down here. So instance type T2 micro, 1 CPU, 1 GB RAM. Okay, you can select this. Next one, key pair, key required, right? So if you want to use the existing key pair, already we created, right? One key pair, which is 83 batch key pair. You created, right? If you want to use, you can use this. Select this, or else you can create new key pair. Okay. So yeah, next one, network. Click on edit. Click on edit. See here, default VPC required here. So while working on VPC networking part, we can create custom network also. So in real-time projects, always we use the custom network, our own network. So here we are using default one, which provided by AWS. Okay. So any network required here. Okay. Yeah. Subnets, no preference. If you want to select any subnet, you can select here. Okay. Next one, enable auto assign public IP. So you can enable this by default enabled. Next one, yeah. So go down here. Security group required, right? So select security group, existing group. If you want to select, you can select, or else you can create new security group. Because Linux server security group, it will not work out with the Windows server. Linux security group is different, Windows server security group is different. Okay. So Linux server type authentication. What is the authentication for Linux server? Authentication. What is the authentication? We discussed already. SSH, right? Secure shell. But here RDP, remote desktop. So if you want to connect Linux server, we require SSH authentication. If you want to connect Windows server, we require RDP, remote desktop connection. Okay. So this TCP port number is 3389, but SSH port number 22. 22 port number, right? So if you go back here, Linux server, go to instance. So we have Linux server right here, web server. So if you go to security here, security, what is the authentication here? Port number 22, right? Yeah. So but Windows server 3389, port number is 3389, which is RDP port number. Okay. So now source type anywhere, you can keep anywhere. So what is anywhere? What is anywhere? From any network we can connect our server. If you select custom, only custom networks. If you select my IP, only from my IP only I can connect. Okay. So you can keep anywhere. Okay. Next one, storage. Here storage, right? So for Windows they are providing 30 GB. For Linux they are providing ఎంత ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తున్నారు 8 GB only, right? Windows require 30 GB minimum, otherwise Windows will not work. Only operating system they require, Windows server require 18 GB only for operating system. That is why they are giving 30 GB. Okay. Yeah. If you go to advanced here, click on advanced, they show you something here. See here, 30 GB EBS volume and a GP2 general purpose 2. See here, general purpose 2 SSD solid state drive. And by default, the selected one snapshot also. This is that device name, EBS volume, and IOPS. What is IOPS? We discussed already. Input output per second. The speed of the EBS volume, drive volume speed. Okay. Delete and termination. What is this? If you select yes, what will happen? If you select yes, what will happen? Yeah. When you delete your server, along with the server, storage also will be deleted. If you select yes, if you select no, what will happen? Yes, only server will be gone when you delete. So storage will be available. In that storage, data can be saved. Okay. Yeah, so for now you can select yes only, right? So next one, number of instances, how many required, you can select here 10, 10 servers, 20 servers, 100 servers, you can select here, click on launch instance. Okay, so these advanced settings we'll see on Monday. These advanced settings also there here, we'll see on Monday. So if I explain right away you'll be confused. Okay, that is why this advanced details we'll see on Monday. Okay, so click on launch instance. Now click on launch instance. Once you click on launch instance, instance will be launched. Now Windows Server is launching. See here, app server, which is Windows flavor. So now this is launching. Yeah, up to here, any questions, anyone so far? Creating server. How to connect instance? I'll show you on Monday. How can we connect the servers? How can we connect Linux server? How can we connect Windows server? How can we access different applications on the? How can we deploy? We'll see on Monday. What is the difference between security group and firewall? So both are same. Security group, firewall. If you are in same data center, can connect two servers created from different machine login. Yes, we can connect. That is those are integrations. We'll see later. We'll see later. Integrations we'll see later. Okay. Yeah. So we discussed about every server is having two IP addresses, right? So currently the server is in running states here. Now every cloud server is having two IPs, public IP, private IP. So public IP is the IP which is dynamic IP. Dynamic IP. So what is dynamic IP? We discussed already basics. What is dynamic IP? The IP will be changed dynamically. Whenever you start server, IP will be changed every time, right? So because in data center, there will be DHCP server. DHCP server. What is DHCP? Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol server. That will take back this IP. For example, so there is a Jenkins server right here, Jenkins server. If you select and if you check here, there is no IP. So because this server is stopped, this IP taken back by DHCP server, which is hosted in the data center. So currently, this server IP is available here. This is dynamic IP. This is private IP, which is static IP. Private IP is the static IP. This never change. This IP will not be changed, right? For example, if I stop this server, what will happen? This IP will be gone. So this IP I can copy and I can save here. I can save somewhere. For example, this is the dynamic IP, right? This is the server IP, app server IP. Now, what I will do, I want to select this server, go to instance state, stop instance. Stop. Stop means what it is? Shut down. Shut down, right? Now it is stopping. See here. Now it is stopping. Once it is stopped, this IP will be gone. This IP will be taken back by DHCP server, which is available in AWS data center. Whenever you start, again, it will get new IP. See here. Now the service stopped. What happened here? App, app server IP is gone, right? So DHCP server will take back that IP, right? Now what I will do? So if I start the server, what will happen? Select server, go to instance state, start instance, start. Now it is starting. See here. Now it is starting. Once it is starts, new IP will be available here. See here. Now the server is in running state. See here, public IP. Copy this and compare here. This is a different IP, right? Yeah. Every time when you stop start server, IP will be changed, which is we can say dynamic IP, right? So this IP is to connect our servers. This IP to connect our server. This IP is for internal communication. This will not be changed. This IP will not be changed, right? So what is public IP? What is private IP? What is dynamic IP? What is static IP? What is elastic IP? We'll discuss again. Okay. So maybe Tuesday we'll work on this IP addresses. Fine. Up to here, clear, right, everyone? Yeah, delete and termination you can change later also. Yes, go to settings and you can change. What is DNS? Domain name system. That is domain name system. There is a service. We'll work on this. Okay. So terminate. Terminate is nothing but delete. Delete. So even we are increasing storage RAM size from this machine, but this memory should exist physically somewhere from Amazon. If yes, is chosen region. Yeah, I'll show you. I'll show you how to increase the RAM, CPU, hard drive. I'll show you. Okay. Yeah. So tomorrow we are going to have a revision class, right? So tomorrow we have revision class. Don't miss that tomorrow, because whatever so far we discussed, we'll recap all the concepts. Okay. So tomorrow only live, only online. Saturdays only online. Okay. So offline will not be available. Classroom will not be available. So classroom guys can join online tomorrow. Okay. Saturday if you have class, that would be online only. Okay. Monday to Friday classroom online both are available. Saturday only class classroom will not be available, only online, right? Yeah. Now, so once you create the servers, you can terminate the servers. You can terminate this, right? How can we terminate? So select both the servers. Select both the servers. Go to instance state. Click on terminate. Okay. Select both the servers. Go to instance state. Click on terminate. Click on terminate. Once you terminate, yeah, this will be terminated, but the log will be available here for 45 minutes. Once it is terminated, still that will be available here. So after 45 minutes, that will be gone. So once you terminate, you cannot start server. Okay. So that will be gone after 45 minutes. Yeah. Now we can ask any questions. If you have any questions, you can ask me now. So already 8 sessions completed. These are all basics, very basics. So if anyone not registered so far, you can register today itself. So from Monday onwards, it will not be allowed, right? So because Monday onwards, link will be completely changed, right? So if you are interested, you can add into WhatsApp group today itself. Okay. So
So if by mistake we terminate,
yeah.
we cannot recover the data. Even delete or terminate is also yes, we cannot recover the.
Yes. Yes. But in real-time projects, we'll be having backups. By using backup, we can recover easily. But here we don't have any backup configured, right? So that is why once you terminate, that will be gone. We cannot recover. In real-time projects, we can recover. So can you explain
Sir, there will
meaning
be
of compute? Yeah.
there
So,
will be a charge for backups.
backups, yes. Everything will be charged. In AWS, everything will be costing, right? Be charged if you don't terminate this. Yes. If you don't terminate the servers, if you keep in live, some charges will be applied. Whatever free hours are there, 750 hours free. Servers 750 hours free. In that, hours will be reduced. Once completed 750 hours, charges will be applied. Storage 30 GB free. So if you utilize 30 GB, after that charges will be applied. Okay. Yeah. Someone asking what is compute? Compute is nothing but configuration. Someone asking compute. What is compute? Meaning of compute. So compute is a configuration. See here. Elastic, in general, stretchable, expandable. Compute is a configuration. RAM, CPU, hard drive. That is configuration, right? Yeah. This configuration is available in cloud. This configuration is elastic. We can stretch, we can expand, right? Yeah, up to here you can practice. Everyone should practice. Okay. Tomorrow we have, yeah, tomorrow we have which class? Revision class, right? So whatever sessions we completed so far, that will be revised. Okay. So don't miss that session tomorrow. Tomorrow only online available. Offline will not be available. Okay. Yeah. So Monday onwards, we are going to work on one by one all the services. Okay. So every day 1 hour 15 minutes to 1.5 hour, right? Maximum 1.5 hour. So that we can complete within the time frame. Fine. Yeah. So anyone newly joined today? First session, anyone joined today? Can you share your WhatsApp number, email address in the chat? My mobile number is 96422111711. So you can take down this number. So I ping in the chat. I gave in the chat. You can take down my number. So anyone newly joined, you can take my number and you can provide your number so that we'll provide you all the previous recordings, demo recordings, other recordings we provide.
So hi Ram. So when you will be providing the access to the Google Drive?
Maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, you get the Google Drive access. Maybe
So
Tuesday or Wednesday.
you will be uploading all the documents into the Google Drive, right? For
Yes,
the
yes. We upload
from
all
all
the
this.
documents, recordings, everything.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Can you provide your WhatsApp number and email address to everyone who joined recently? So that we'll provide you. You can take down my number. So my mobile number is 96422111711. So you can WhatsApp me, you can call me after this session. I provide you the course content and also previous recordings.
Excuse me. So, do we need to fill out the form to get access to the Google Drive, or is it still be
Can
already
you
there?
speak a bit louder?
I'm saying, do we need to fill out the form to get access to the
Exactly.
Google Drive?
Exactly. Everyone fill the document which they provided. Our backend team provided one link, right? In that you need to fill your details so that you will get the Google Drive access.
But the
Okay.
details are too detailed, like, the IDs and all of that. I'm not sure why we need that amount of detail just to get the access to the drive.
No, just provide your phone number, email address, your name. Mandatory. You can fill the mandatory field only. Mandatory fields
Okay.
only.
All
So
right.
that
Okay.
they
Thank you.
provide you
That makes sense. Yeah.
access.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, sir. They are asking what Aadhaar number, everything. If we give that, then only we are able to proceed. Otherwise, no. I don't know. Yeah, same question.
Yeah, that
Let me
that's what I
let me check.
thought too. Yeah.
Let me check and yeah, we'll see that. Okay, other not mandatory, so we'll see that. I'll check it out.
Thank you.
Fan also. Okay, fine. Either other or fan they're asking, right? So any proof, I think ID proofs maybe. Okay, let me check. If any ID proof required, just provide the ID proof. Nothing will be happened, right? Yeah. Fine. So you can take down my number, and if you required previous recordings, demo recordings, and other basic recordings, you can ping me. I provide you course content also. So Monday onwards, link will be completely changed because today is eighth session, right? So no one allow 8 sessions. Other institutes you can check it out, right? So but we allowed 8 sessions. So Monday onwards link will be completely changed. Tomorrow revision class will be there. Don't miss the class, which is very very important class. I recap all the concepts whatever we discussed so far. Fine. 7 to morning tomorrow same timing 7 a.m to maybe 7 8:15 a.m, 1 hour 50 minutes something. Fine. Yeah, we can wind up here. If you need any information, more information, you can reach out to me after this session. We'll discuss. Fine. Yeah. Thank you.